matter in the physical body which is under the control of the nervous system. As such, understanding pranayama is also important, because understanding pranayama makes us to drive this vehicle to any particular level. So it means this is the role of the Mahabharata, that is the Mahabharata's role is the Vayu, the Bhima is the one who clears the way for the Arjuna to carry on the war. So the breath in the body is what is called as the Bhima. That is how the breath must be taken inside the body, such that we can convert the physical matter into energy, is the role of the pranayama. Then we have got the physical matter in the body. The physical matter in the body is in the Bhutattva, that is in the solid state of the earth, the bone and the muscle. The bone and the muscle is the basic root of the energy, and the entire energy rests on this bone and muscle. The bone and the muscle is under the control of the nervous system. In addition to the bone and the muscle, you have got the heart, you have got the various organs which generates the energy to the various portions of the body. All these matter, it means all these energies are to be carried inwards. Consequently, every organ has to become strong. Every organ, the energy is to be released. So it means without activating the organs, the yoga is not possible. So in order to activate every organ, make it strong, what is to be done? We know that the energy comes from the soul. The soul delivers the energy to the physical body. The soul delivering the energy to the physical body is, the soul operates at the velocity of light, the physical body operates at a lower level. Consequently, the velocity of the light comes down when the soul activates the physical body. This we call it as avarohana, that is an energy which descends down. The energy which descends down is what is called as avarohana. Now the yoga is, the matter has to activate the energy. It means the physical body has to activate the energy. So it means it is what is called as an arohana. As you have got an energy which is coming downwards, now the energy has to go upwards. So an ascending energy. So yoga deals with two energies. One energy to run the physical body, to run the creation, is called as an ascending energy. And the other energy is the descending energy. Ascending energy to activate the matter, from the matter to get back to the energy is ascending. And from energy to the matter is called as descending. So Mahabharata is a classic war, or yoga is basically a classic war between the ascending energy and the descending energy. The descending energy gives the prana to the physical body. Ascending energy increases the prana of the physical body. As said, the two energies are depicted by, one by Pandava and the other by Kaurava. The Kaurava represents the descending energy, that is in avarohana or the descending energy. The Pandava represents the ascending energy, or it is called as arohana. A war between an arohana and avarohana is a must. Yoga Shastra deals with not only conducting the energy properly to the physical body, that is called as avarohana, but at the same time increasing the quantum of the energy, that is what is called as the arohana. So the arohana and avarohana both must perform well. If the arohana is good, then the avarohana will function very well. If the avarohana is good, it helps us in going for the arohana. So without this avarohana energy, the man cannot become strong. In this avarohana, every organ of the physical body gets strong. The avarohana is controlled by the nervous system. The nervous system is one which gets the energy from the sun, that is the akasha, that is from the sun, delivers energy to the Panchabhuta and the mind. Similarly, the Panchabhuta and the mind gives its energy to the nervous system and gives back to the soul. So can we say that on one side you have got physical matter, on the other side you have got the energy of the soul, in between we have got what is called as the nervous system as an intermediary form of energy. So the energy from the soul sits in the nervous system. And in the tapas, in the arohana, what happens? The energy of the body sits in the nervous system, gets back to the soul. So it means the nervous system becomes an intermediary for the exchange of the energy. From the soul to the body, the energy comes to the nervous system. Again from the body to the soul, again it gets back to the nervous system. Somebody asked me, oh, nervous system, what you do? The nervous system said, I take the energy from the body in the yoga, I give it to the soul, and from the soul I take the energy, activate the physical body. It means both sorts of activation is done by via the nervous system, as a nervous system is extremely important. In one system what happens, the Atman energizes the nervous system called as Indra, and through the Indra the Rajyabhara, or the kingdom of the physical body is run. As such, Indra is called as Devendra. If Devendra is surpassed, supposing in the yoga what happens, the physical energy of the body passes through the nervous system, gets into the soul. It means you are conquering the Indra and getting into the soul. The tapas or meditation is basically conquering the Indra. As such, many stories have been written about how to conquer the Indra. This is called as Gajendra Moksha also. So it means Indra is to be conquered. Indra prevents you to move toward the soul because the Indra is always the energy which moves towards the physical body. As such, you say that there are two things. One is the soul activating the physical body. The other one is the physical body activating the soul. When the soul activates the physical body, that soul is named as Atman. When the body activates the energy and activates the soul, then that soul which is activated by the body via the nervous system is called as Savitru. So it means the Atman has got two names. When he gives energy to the body is Atman. When he takes out, when he receives the energy and gets energized, he is called Savitru. So the nervous system makes the energy to sit in either direction. As they said the A will give energy to the Na. Similarly, the physical body takes the energy and keeps it in the Na and delivers it to the Sa. So it means you have to carry on the energy in both the direction. You must make the energy to sit in both the direction. A means Atman, Sa means Savitru. That energy has to sit in the nervous system for any direction flow. So the process of making the energy to flow through the nervous system, one from the Atman to the physical body and another from the physical body back to the Atman, that posture or the process is what is called as A plus Sa plus Na, that is called as Asana. So asana means making the energy to flow in either directions of the body. One to activate the soul, one to receive the energy from the soul and activate the body. So the purpose of asana is not only to make the energy flow from nervous system back to the physical bone and the muscle, but also to make the energy to flow from the physical bone and muscles right up to the nervous system. So asana helps us in two directional flow of the energy of the physical body. One directional flow is simply called as asanas of the physical body, that is named as physical bodies. It is 240 asanas. And the other asanas are 32 asanas, which are in what is called as Anushtup asanas. It is also called as 32, is called as Anushtup in the Veda. That is the moksha, or if you want to become the mukta, you must follow this 32. So for the people who are in the yogic system in the meditation, they have to carry on these 32 asanas compulsorily. These asanas are called Pavana Muktasana. Pavana Muktasana. So Pavana Muktasana is for Arohana energy and asanas is for Avarohana energy. So the asana in turn helps the body to make the energy to flow in both the direction. As said, Yoga Shastra, this asana is very, very important only for the flow of the energy. But if the energy is to be carried out, you need a medium, that is called as pranayama. The energy is under the control of the nervous system. The nervous system and the mind must be joined. It is called as niyama. And knowing about the mind, making the mind stronger, how to make the mind much more stronger, is what is called as yama. So yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. These four aspects